Hey, Rumble World Entertainment, and this will be the review of episode 1 and 2 of Creature Commandos, the first official DCU thing to be released. And I did have to board the Black Pearl with my good friend Jack Sparrow to watch it, because for some reason it's not available in Europe. What a terrific move you made there, DC and Warner Brothers. So, both episodes each are only 22 minutes long, so you're in and out. We're not exactly going to go over each thing in the episode because there's really nothing, to be honest with you. In terms of, is it a good start to the DCU? Is it fun? Is it funny? Is it everything you would expect from James Gunn? No, not at all. In fact, it's total garbage. Yeah, it really is. It's horrible. The music, they do become basically music videos, and they are just weird, bizarre songs that they choose to play in it, and they play like a lot of the song. Like, it's not just a few seconds of it or anything, it's almost a full song. The animation style, it's not great, it's not terrible either, it's fine. The voice acting, Frank Grillo is fine. Sean Gunn, James Gunn's brother, he's not one but two characters in this show. He is Weasel, who is back, and he is G.I. Robot, who's a Nazi killing robot. Yeah, it's basically the Suicide Squad. It actually is just the Suicide Squad, because it starts with you're in the prison type place with Amanda Waller and Rick Flag Sr. and she's like, yeah, you know, you have to do this and that. There's a country where this new girl's going to become the queen of, and you need to protect her. But since Task Force X got shut down after the Starro incident, so she brings up the Starro incident. So this show, right off the bat, confirms that the Suicide Squad is canon to the DCU. So as much as Gunn wants to try and say, oh no it isn't and stuff, they've absolutely just confirmed that it is connected to the DCEU, this DCU, which means, and by the way, it is Viola Davis doing the voice of Amanda Waller. She's only in the beginning in the first episode, but if she's confirming that the Suicide Squad was canon, because she says, like, I'm sorry about what happened with your son and stuff like that, and she says exactly the Starro incident as well, brings that up, that means that why is Henry Cavill still not Superman? Why is Ben Affleck still not Batman? And so on and so forth. The jokes in this, oh yeah, that, by the way, that's where it just becomes Suicide Squad. They can't use Task Force X, so they have to use Task Force M. They're not allowed to use humans, so they have to use monsters. And it's just a joke. And that's where you also hear about Weasel, and that also references the Suicide Squad. By the way, Shane Gunn has a second billing in the title credits for this show. It does. Do you remember when you were watching some of the old shows? I can't even remember the shows. The dude, he was the actual writer of the shows. Can't even remember his name, but he would be writing on the typewriter, and it would go ding, and the paper would come out and float around the room and land and make the logo. Yeah, they try and copy that, but it's animated, and it's James Gunn. It's an animated James Gunn writing on a typewriter, and he leans back and puts his hands behind his head and kind of smiles, and it's like, wow, you've actually put yourself in here to really kind of say, I'm in charge. And then you see the show and you go, do you really want to keep your face on there? Because it's not good at all. There's F-bombs in it. This is the thing, you're starting it off with this R-rated thing, and then you're going to try and do PG-13, I suppose, for Superman and stuff. And this version of Rick Flag Sr. is going to be the Rick Flag Sr. we're going to meet in Superman. But there's F-bombs in it, there's blood in it, there is sex in it, there's nudity in it. It's not funny at all. They do throw out a few jokes, and they're just like not funny whatsoever. The tone of the show is bland. You know, you're pretty much in two locations the whole thing. They immediately cook Frankenstein. Like, seriously, like, he's also played by David Harbour. It takes 20 seconds for you to find out in this show that half the villains are incels. Actual incel, like dude bro incels. They're meant to be defending and helping Cersei's, who she has the power over them and stuff. And they're literally like, yo, dude, like, yeah, like the woke feminism. And they even say that. And then this is where the first joke comes out and you're like, what? So the first guy's like, yo, like, why aren't men allowed on mascara? Because that's like totally sexist. And then the next guy says, how come the women get nice waterfalls? And he says, the woke feminists get nice waterfalls. Why do they get nice waterfalls? And they're like, what? What are they talking about? What is this? And yeah, that's who's running. The villains on this island that they go to is Cersei's and her minions that are dude bro incels. Yeah, great start, James Gunn. Fantastic start. It's not you even get, never mind the fact that there's like just copying Suicide Squad, like being in the prison, meeting all the characters, using the little devices to electrocute them and stuff so they know to stay in line. You then even get the clip of what we got in the Suicide Squad, which was the trip in the helicopters. You know, where they're all kind of talking and they're all doing stupid things like, what the hell is that, when it's Weasel and stuff. They do that scene again. They're just doing that type of scene. The Harley Quinn type of character that would be the main focus in this part is Bride of Frankenstein. They did give her an actual name that you hear being named in the past in her flashback. I can't remember what it was though. I don't really care, to be honest. But she's not like she's not like nuts or anything. She's just doesn't want to be there and wants to do everything to get away and stuff like that. Weasel's there and he's twigging out. They're like, what's wrong with him? He goes, the last mission he was on didn't go well and he was the only survivor, blah blah blah. And then they think he's freaking out and they're like, oh wait, he's pissing on my leg. And you're like, wow, this is not funny at all. And that's just how it goes. It just kind of plods along with nothing happening, nothing being established. It's all focused, in the first two episodes anyway, on Bride of Frankenstein. And it's, again, the animation's not great. It's not terrible, but it's not great. The dialogue is pretty childish at times, to be honest. Like, really childish at times. It's not funny. The music is terrible and irritating. There's no post-credit scenes or anything like that when the credits run. And it's just, it's not a good start to the DC. Even though this is the official start to the DCU, they are still saying, but Superman is the real start of the DCU. It's like, well, you can't have it both ways, especially when a character from this, at least one character so far from this, is going to show up in your Superman movie. Yeah. And that you're actually connecting the DCU to the DCEU right out the gate in the very first episode. I don't know, man. It's not looking good. It really isn't. Oh, and by the way, James Gunn, just to give you a clarification here, James Gunn wrote both of the first two episodes. And if this is the level of his writing for the DCU, Superman's in trouble. It's really in trouble. So anyway, with that, I shall leave it there for this one because there's nothing really to say about the episode. It's just they get to the island. The soon-to-be queen just wants to sleep with Rick Flag Sr. The Bride of Frankenstein, she pisses off to her old house where she was born. What a coincidence that she just happens to be brought to the island where she was created. That was handy. And that's it. That's really all it is. And there's nothing else in it. It's stupid. It's pretty much juvenile. The jokes aren't funny. It's just, I give it a big thumbs down and would not recommend it. I will continue. I think there's only 7 episodes altogether, so I'll give it a whirl and finish it. Well, maybe finish it. If it gets more annoying, I probably won't. But anyway, with that, I shall leave it there for this one. If you've seen it, let us know in the comments what you think about it. And cheers, and I'll catch you in the next one.